over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price, turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
I think the people involved, you get to meet a lot of people in football, and that's just one of the great things. Not only is the sport great, but the people involved. So fellow referees, players, coaches, even fans. I love officiating because it keeps me involved in football. I was a player, but I don't reckon I could cut it out there anymore, at least at any decent level. But as a referee, I get to be involved in higher levels of football. Keeps me involved, keeps me fit, and is great fun. I think I have a moment of this is why I do this every week. It's always good fun to get out there, and there are tough moments, but being resilient and succeeding, even just in the little things throughout a match. I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn, and as a referee you surely come across a lot of them, and I certainly have. I reckon give it a go. You will face challenges, but that's a part of it, and I think embracing challenges is such an important skill to learn.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings, Tom Wren for sport, Jade Robran on the scene as it happens, Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide, Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Welcome to round 4 of the RAA National Premier League South Australia. It's Parah Hills Knights versus Sturt Lions at Cass & Co Stadium at the Paddocks. Number 11 on the ladder, who are still winless 3 games in, hosting number 5, last year's HPG Homes State League 1 premiers, who have already claimed 2 wins since promotion. It is early days in the season though, but Parah Hills Knights, who are inside the relegation zone with just a single point, won't want to get too settled at that end of the competition. On the flip side, Sturt have come up, already claimed 6 points from 3 games and are currently in the top half of the table in finals position. As I said, it is early days, but this is when momentum is set for the rest of the year. Simon Jimenez with you this afternoon. Let's have a quick look at the lineups. Parah Hills Knights on your screen at the moment. 3 changes made by Joe Allison to the side who suffered the 5-0 defeat to FK Beergrad last week. Merritt, Sindalalahi and Wary coming out. Chikazawa, Ejike and Caruso coming in. Meanwhile, for Sturt Lion, Jonathan Fusco has made just 1 change to last week's side, who suffered a 1-0 defeat to Metro Stars. Jaden Diamantis coming in and Adam Diagostino on the bench. There are the lineups. Sean Garrett, another interesting inclusion as well. He will be featuring on the bench. I believe it's for the first time so far in this RAA NPLSA 2026 season. Of course, we thank RAA for their support of Football South Australia. You can chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Big fixture of games coming up later today. Of course, the big one coming up tonight that everyone's looking forward to, Metro Stars and Adelaide City, but still lots of action, including this fixture to sink our teeth into this afternoon. We can talk a little bit about the recent form of these 2 teams taking part today. As we mentioned up the top, it was a heavy loss for Parah Hills last week, who currently sit 11th on the ladder, winless. Last week it was 5-0 to FK Beergrad, considering the 6th minute, the 13th, the 30th, 52nd minute due to a penalty, and then the 56th was when FK Beergrad decided to call it a day, I guess, with their attacking side of things. A draw the week before to West Torrens Bacalla, 2-2. They managed to reduce the 2-goal halftime deficit thanks to a 63rd minute goal from Michael Diana and for Wary in the 88th. So taking 1 point away from that one. And round 1 was interesting as well. Parah Hills Knights took a surprise 2-0 lead at the 34th minute before conceding 3 during the next 30 minutes and eventually dropping that first game to our reigning champions in Croydon. Meanwhile, Sturt Lions 5th on the ladder at the moment, 2 wins, just 1 loss. Last week, it was at home to Metro Stars that they suffered the 1-0 defeat. 13th minute goal from Donati and Niankuru doing the damage. But back-to-back wins in the lead-up to that game. Round 2, they had a grand final rematch of the State League 1 grand final last year. They came away from that winning 4-3. They actually led 3-0 at half-time, but conceded 3 during the second. The 79th minute goal from Thanasi Lessie was enough to give them something to hold on to. And then in round 1, Sturt Lions started their RAA NPLSA campaign with a win against FK Beergrad. A 3-1 victory away. FK Beergrad were reduced to 10 men in the 22nd minute after scoring first, but after that, it was all Sturt. It's been a little while since we last saw these 2 teams face off. In fact, it was back in 2018. In that particular season, it was 2 victories for Playford, 3-1 in the first and 4-0 in the second. Our officials in the centre of the pitch at the moment. Christian Vidicchio, assistants Jaden Betterman and Joshua Britvek, wearing the striking pink to get us underway shortly. Perfect weather at Cass & Co Stadium today, a warm one. Home supporters will be flying high. It was a convincing victory for their reserves before kick-off in this game. They got the job done 3-0. No doubt it'll be a big celebration here if Parah Hills Knights do manage to claim their first 3 points for the year. Worth having a quick look at the other games that are currently underway for us as well. 2:30 kickoff at Croydon against West Adelaide. West Adelaide currently leading 2-0. And this 3 o'clock kickoff coincides with Campbelltown hosting the only team that have a perfect winning record so far this season, Playford. Currently sitting atop the RAA NPLSA ladder, Playford City Patriots. And as we said, tonight, 7 o'clock kickoff, Northeastern Metro Stars versus Adelaide City in the derby that's been dubbed the Derby de l'Est. A couple of games last night as well kicked off round 4. It was Adelaide Comets who suffered a 1-0 home defeat to Adelaide United Youth, and West Torrens Bacalla claiming victory with a late 90-minute goal to get the win in their fixture. A short little delay in proceedings here while Christian Vidicchio has a word to one of the Sturt players. And we are underway, round 4 of the RAA NPLSA. Cassinco Stadium, a.k.a. the Paddocks. As we have our first throw-in for the afternoon. Sammy Adejo will take. Desperate to build up a little bit of momentum and start claiming some points are the home side as Adejo tracks back, chasing down Rodriguez. The whistle goes. Be a Parah Hills free. As we said, 3 changes made for the starting 11 for Parah Hills. Out goes Merritt, Sindalalahi and Wary as Sturt try to mount an attack here. Ball just switching teams, and now Sturt Lions will look to settle. Long one searching for Hassan, who doesn't quite get there, but he was the centre of attention before kickoff. James Diamantis tracks that one back to Filament Nasefa. Claimed by Lachlan Fusco, the goalkeeper that was brought in for Parah Hills Knights this year. 23-year-old. Previously played with Metro, Mowbray and West Adelaide. Young Zalar Malay in goals at the other end, and a little bit of flub with the clearance as the ball comes in very long from Parah Hills. It was Kevin Canberra who struck it. The 20-year-old Zalar Malay won't be too fazed by that though. Two minutes on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. Sturt Lions controlling most of the possession at this early stage, but flag went up in that advance. We mentioned before the contrasting situations these two teams are on the ladder at the moment. Parah Hills currently 11th on the ladder from a live perspective, and Sturt Lions currently in 4th. 7 points. I keep saying it is early days in this season, but for Sturt Lions to achieve promotion after becoming premiers in the HPG Homes State League 1 and be in a finals position, if they can maintain that throughout the season, that'll be big for them. But for Parah Hills, it wasn't till the end of round 22 that we found out whether they were going to take part in the RAA NPLSA 2026. It was that late couple of goals from them against Metro Stars that tied them up, and a point was enough. Now here's a chance for Sturt Lions, but short-lived. Flag goes up. The young Mohammed Hassan, just 19 years of age, who scored 6 goals last year for Adelaide United Youth. The man that was caught off in that instance. Parah Hills do away with it, but they're under some pressure. Chikazawa just trying to open up a little bit of space. He goes to ground. Christian Vidicchio says play on. And now it's the team in orange on the attack. Rodriguez, the flag's down this time, but that's possibly misjudged. Fusco came out to claim it, and Sturt were looking to capitalise, but hit the post. Could have been a bit of a clumsy first goal for the away side. Spare ball is called upon. Seemed like no one was in a hurry to go for a short walk and retrieve the one that was put out of bounds by the Sturt player in some frustration. Sammy Udeho throws it in to captain Mark Ulage. Ulage again. Parah Hills managed to keep it, but they do finally spill, and rather than counter-attack quickly, Sturt will build it out again. Lessie sends it long. He was looking for Hassan. He may get to it first. Christian Vidicchio ultimately, goal kick is what's being called for that. There was some contact. It did look from my position that Hassan was going to get to it first, but there was some contact engaged between the two players tracking back, and another chance here for Sturt, but maybe a little bit rushed, and no issues for Lachlan Fusco to claim that. Square up. Eventually it ends up with Ulage, who was maybe lucky to claim that in the end. But now Sturt throwing. Easter is not far away from us, if you're probably well aware if you've been to the shops in the last couple of weeks. And if you want some exciting Easter Cup fixtures, the upcoming games for the long weekend has been confirmed. If you want to check that out, jump onto footballsa.com.au. Easter weekend does coincide with the next Australia Cup round as well, so we're all excited for that. One of the standout games in that is Metro Stars and Croydon, the replay of last year's RAA NPLSA Grand Final, which of course saw Croydon being the victors of the trophy at the end of it, thanks to that goal after 90 minutes from Andre Carl, who interestingly went from one team to the other. Chance here for Sturt. Ends up going over the top, although the whistle had gone from Christian Vidicchio. Gonzalo Rodriguez, prolific at the front for Sturt already today. 35 years of age is Rodriguez for Sturt. Claims himself both as Italian and Argentinian. He debuted for Argentinos Juniors versus Independiente back in 2011. Argentinos Juniors, of course, of the Argentine Primera División. And the one-time Copa Libertadores winner, so some fine pedigree on the 35-year-old Argentinian for Sturt. And they build up patiently again, Sturt. Content to let Parah Hills do the chasing for the time being. Lessie sends it long. Just overshot the target in Harrison Rogers. It'll be a Parah Hills throw-in. A little bit of counter-programming against the RA NPLSA tonight with the Matildas in the Women's Asian Cup Grand Final. Of course, we wish them all the best. What a way that'll be able to cap off our weekend of football by seeing the Matildas get the job done. Filament Nesefa sends it long. Jaden Diamantis finds himself on the end of it, but he does go to ground, and it's a frantic clearance from Parah Hills. Lacey's clearance just got cut off, and Kyle Bromley for Parah Hills initially had it. He's still fighting, but Sturt managed to clear. Mohamed Hassan gets his foot to it, but still ends up with Parah Hills to advance. Kelvin Camberu eventually spills. Hassan with the fancy footwork. They'll cross here. Chooses the short option. It's frantic. And there we go, the fourth goal for this afternoon. It's Harrison Rogers. And it only takes 10 minutes or so for the Sturt Lions to get off the line. And now the home side will chase. Throughout the first part of this match, they've been extremely patient, eventually rewarded. Parah Hills just looking like they're doing a lot of chasing. Three changes, Parah Hills have made since last week's 5-0 defeat to FK Beograd. Ulach sends it long. He was looking for Guerra, but just overshot it a little bit. It'll go out for a Sturt goal kick. So with the live ladder situation, and again, very early days in this game, 3 points will be enough to put Sturt Lions in third spot. As we have a quick look at the NPL ladder, as we said before, Playford sitting pretty there, 3 from 3 so far. Captain Mark Ulage wins it. Now it's Guerra on the attack. He's got an option in the middle, and Diana, he decides to try advance it himself. Goes back to Ulage. Now it's Parah Hills just being a little bit more patient on the attack, holding a little bit of possession, which they haven't done a whole lot throughout the first few minutes of this game. As Sturt win it. Elton plays it back to keeper Zala Malay. Thanasi Lessie, the well-seasoned Greek. Rodriguez didn't manage to get there first. That's well won by Chikazawa, but ends up going out. It will be a Parah Hills throw-in. "13 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Just one change for Sturt coming into today's game, and that was the 25-year-old Jaden Diamantis coming in. Debuted for West Adelaide back in 2017. Formerly of them, Adelaide United Youth, Comets, Croydon, and even a couple of interstate teams in Caroline Springs and George Cross. It's one up high again for Sturt. Parah Hills managed to clear. So we would have had a little bit of gasp a moment ago, Parah Hills, because last time they advanced on that right side, eventually result in that 11th minute goal. Gonzalo Rodriguez will take the corner. Plenty of orange crowded in the goal mouth. Ends up falling just short of the near post and goes all the way over. And Parah Hills look to rebound, but choked up in the process, Mohamed Hassan claims. Michael Moroney wins it, but eventually it ends up with Parah Hills, and now they're on the advance. Ulaj positions himself to control it under pressure. Chikazawa sends it long. Chikazawa, the intended recipient, rather. That was Jordan Caruso, wearing the similar number 2 shirt, looking for his number 12 further up the field. Chikazawa gets it again. He's just fending off his markers. After going 1-0 up, Sturt will possibly be even more patient than they were in the opening 10 minutes or so. Alessi sends it long again. Diamantis running for it, but ends up being Lachlan Fusco. For Parah Hills, that gets to it first. Caruso finds Chikazawa. Little chip from Michael Diana, and Chikazawa gets there. That's a late challenge. Whistle goes, and the yellow card is shown. It did look like he was off Chikazawa. He won the foot race to get to it, so a little bit of a frantic challenge in there. So a free kick that'll probably be a little bit too far out to capitalise on, as the Parah Hills players in white just line up on the edge of the 18-yard box. Height-wise, probably pretty well matched with their opposite players. Not quite sure who got the head to it. Did hear from the Parah Hills bench. Well done to Tiga. So Tiga Ejike, the likely player that got on the end of that one. One of the players that came to Parah Hills in the off-season is Tiga Ejike. He's played at a whole heap of different clubs. Too many to name. I'll give you a few of them though. Wallsend FC, Belmont Swansea, United Western Bears, and Hellenic in the NT. He was the Player of the Year for his respected competitions back in 2017 and 2014. Australian player of Nigerian descent. Came off the bench for round one, his first appearance for Parah Hills this year. You can probably hear Christian Vidicchio giving the countdown to Lachlan Fusco. That was one of the rule changes that we saw come in the off-season. The keeper, after controlling it, has just 8 seconds to clear. So Christian Vidicchio making it abundantly clear that the clock was ticking. "19 minutes gone now on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. 11th minute goal. Got Sturt off the mark. They've been controlling possession for the most part, although Parah Hills have just dialed up the intensity a little bit since that goal. It was very patient from the outset for Sturt. Samir Deho wins it, plays it back to Fusco, who clears it long. Manly Barnett ends up recipient of that. And this is Jordan Caruso. That'll take the throw in. Caruso, one of the players that came into the starting 11 for today. He's come through the Parah Hills junior system. Been part of a cup-winning side back when he played in under-15s as Diamantis fighting, but it's Mark Ulage, Parah Hills captain, who wins it, but that ball forward took a deflection. A little bit of a frustrated call from the Parah Hills bench. Maybe they were a little bit too reluctant to deal with that ball going in, and Marco Guerrero was trying to find himself in the right place at the right time, but they ultimately deal with it. Be a Parah Hills throw-in. It does seem that since Sturt Lions did score that first goal, they maybe haven't had quite the same level of control as they had in the first 10 minutes or so. Zal Malay linking up with Philemon Asefa. Tanasi Lessi, the 31-year-old Greek. The State League 1 Player of the Year for 2025. We're excited to see him ply his trade back in the RAA NPLSA for 2026. Parah Hills with a chance now. They decide to be patient. Ulage back to Samir Deho. It's being pursued by Hassan. Looks like they did feel the pressure between him and Guerrero, who's being tightly marked by Thanasi Lessi. The result of all that, a Parah Hills throwing. Tried to play it up the line, but no one in white to receive as Sturt Lions will again patiently build up from the back. Mohamed Motashami. Malay chooses to go long and through the middle. Now it's all the way back with the other keeper in Lachlan Fusco. Caruso linking up with Kamburu, and it's cut off. Tanasi Lessi, although he spills. Kai Blomley managed to pick out his teammate, but Harrison Rogers now. Hassan managed to avoid that initial challenge from Guerra. Chooses Motushami. And back to Asefa, who goes across to his central defensive partner for safety. Now this is a dangerous ball. It'll fall just ahead of Hassan, but the flag is up once again. We'll see the stats come up shortly on screen about the amount of offsides already, but off the top of my head, I think it's about 3 so far from Sturt Lions. Just saw on your screen the yellow card from a little bit earlier. Michael Moroney, the recipient of that. The 39-year-old one-time Socceroo, 3-time Australian under-20 representative who spent time with Adelaide United, Parah Hills and Melbourne Heart, and has over 160 A-League caps. Still making an impact for Sturt Lions at the ripe old age of 39. Moroney again. This time he picks out Diamantis. He sends across from long. He was looking for Hassan, and he does find him. There's time for reinforcements to arrive, but Hassan fancied his footwork against Sammy Adeho. Ultimately, they win the corner. Rodriguez called on again to take the corner from the left-hand side. Last corner, there was a lot more orange crowding the goal face, this time starting from a little bit further out, and this one goes a little bit further as well, rather than just landing in front of the near post. That time it goes at the back opposite side of the 6-yard box, but the net result, that'd be a Lachlan Fusco goal kick. And 26 minutes gone at Cassinco Stadium, the Paddocks. Aggressive pressing from Sturt Lions. They initially won it, spilled it again, but changes hands a couple of times more. That's a strong challenge, but an acceptable one. It'll be a Sturt Lion throw-in. Moroney with a long throw. Jacket got his header to it. Moroney sends it in again. Just misjudged by Harrison Rogers. Bit of an unkind bounce in front of Philemon Asefa, but Sturt Lions still have an attacking chance. Found the head of Jaden Diamantis that time, but possibly a couple of times in the last 30 seconds or so. Parah Hills with a get-out-of-jail-free card. Caruso. One up high again from Sturt Lion. Good time to have a quick look at the other games happening at the moment. And last score check from Regency Park, it was Croydon trailing 2-0 to West Adelaide. And it is half-time there now, and the visitors, West Adelaide, still leading the reigning champions 2-0. And over at Steve Woodcock Sports Centre, 28 minutes in, it is Campbelltown City leading the visitors. Playford City. 26th minute penalty that was converted from Campbelltown to put themselves 1-0 up against the only team with a perfect record thus far this season in the RA NPLSA. Sefa back to Malay. Really patient Lions. Possibly a little bit too patient if the reaction from the bench is anything to go by. Parah Hills again, mounting another chance by winning it up high. Chikazawa looked like a cross, looking for Guerra, but he was in a bit of a contentious position going against the Sturt keeper in melee. "29 minutes gone. Mohamed Hassan is taking a moment to get a quick little drink on the near side, which is interesting because I think in the reserves game they did have a drinks break. Dangerous touch there for Fusco. He's well off his line, and Sturt Lion have a chance here. Diamantis just taking too long to get it under control, and yet again, Parah Hills seem to get away with something, and now here they come on the attack. Mark Ulaj with Hassan furiously chasing Guerra. This will find Diana. It's just put over in the end by Sturt Lion, so a really advanced throw-in one. Sammy Adejo will take this throw-in. We saw a super long throw-in from Michael Moroney earlier. Let's see how strong the arms of Adejo are. Goes over the head of Ulaj, and it's well into the 18-yard box. But after all that, it's Sturt Lion on the attack. Rodriguez finds Hassan, who switches it. Doesn't make it. Chikazawa very nearly won it against Mohamed Machami. But now, once again, Sturt on the attack. Moroney played it forward, and Diamantis has to get his skates on, but he won't get to it. Harrison Rogers was the player chasing it, rather. So it's all felt a little bit frantic in the last couple of minutes. Little moments of threat at either end. I guess the clearer opportunities you can say have come to the team currently leading 1-0 in Sturt Lions, but a couple of quick breaks for Parah Hills. Diamantis plays it back to Lessie. He's managing to evade, but under increasing pressure. All the way back to Asefa, and he picks out Hassan. Manages to shake Adejo and Guerra, although Guerra gets a late foot to it. Lessie wins it high. He may have a shot from here. Decides to give it to Hassan, who was entangled with Taker Ejeke. Adejo, now it's going back the other way yet again with Parah Hills. Guerra is the option taken on the right. Centering ball was trying to go back to Adejo, and Ulaj was floating up around the middle. A little bit of a conversation happening between referee Christian Vidicchio and Thanasi Lessie. I think that may have been in relation to the entanglement, as I earlier put it, against Mohamed Hassan and Tager Ejeke. It was a little bit of an awkward-looking encounter on the edge of the 18-yard box there, but nothing worthy of a free kick or pen awarded. Parah Hills will win this again. And Ejeke chooses the long option in Chikazawa, but the tall head of Michael Moroney intercepts it. Just 1 point to Parah Hills' tally as of yet. A shout for handball from the Parah Hills bench, but play goes on. Hassan slipped it to Diamantis. Chip into the middle. Some frustration from the Parah Hills bench. Got another case of the missing ball. Lachlan Fusco with his hands by his side. A ball arrives and he will take his goal kick. Seems like the Sturt Line bench is trying to will a little bit of intensity from their players, and also some raised voices on the pitch as well, just trying to lift things. Whistle goes. It'll be a Sturt free kick. The Nussi Lessie chooses to just play it back short to Philomena Sefa. Finds Edward Elton, who's got a little bit of space, and he's got Diamantis presenting. Decides to centre it. A little bit of space to get a shot off here, but cut off just in time by Chikazawa, but still an attacking opportunity for Sturt. And number 2. Give them a little bit of space, and they capitalise. And Sturt Lions double their tally so far. And before the halfway mark, things go from bad to worse for Parah Hills Knights. We said a moment ago, perhaps the intensity from Sturt Lions had maybe lifted off a little bit, but it seemed to be their patience early on that saw them rewarded. And again, just by biding their time, they'll eventually managed to find the back of the net again. So it puts them in a good spot as it stands at the moment, Sturt Lions. Last score check. Playford were trailing against Campbelltown. Metro Stars and Adelaide City playing later today, so it is the sort of a round where we could see some significant ladder movement. Sturt Lions coming forward again to see if they can make it 3 before the end of the half. Centering ball from Harrison Rogers. Didn't find his target, but still another chance. This is where it's really dangerous, and it's 3. It's Gonzalo Rodriguez. Mere minutes since their last. The 35-year-old Argentine punishing Parah Hills for not dealing with things decisively enough. It's a similar sort of situation that we saw for that last goal. Just players in orange just sneaking in and getting the slightly messier second ball and delivering it decisively into the netting. And this is a little bit of a scary situation for the home side now, trailing 3-0. Of course, last week it was a 5-0 defeat away to FK Beograd. They were trailing 3-0 in the first half in that instance too, as Hassan and Adejo battle it out. Does seem like there's a little bit of wind in the sails of Sturt Lions after getting that second and indeed that third as well. Adejo looking for Captain Mark Ulaj. Tega Ezeke looked like he got a stray limb to the guts. Gonzalo Rodriguez is just giving a little bit of attention, so perhaps a little bit of an admission that he collected him in the breadbasket. Mohamed Hassan will deliver it to the opposition keeper in Lachlan Fusco, and Parah Hills will build it from the back. 39 minutes gone now on the One World LED and Sportal System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. What can Parah Hills generate throughout the final minutes of this half and indeed the second? Just 1 point so far from the first 3 rounds, and they don't look in a great position at the moment. Live ladder scenario sees them in 11th currently. They do have Comets, who are pointless at the moment, and they did concede another loss last night. Chikazawa trying to advance, but he goes over. Meanwhile, as we look at the ladder at the other end of it, Sturt Lions, second spot on the ladder as we speak. Again, though, a lot of match still to play out here. At the top currently, West Torrens Bacala on 10 points. In third, Playford, who last check were still trailing to Campbelltown. Get you another score check in just a moment as Sammy Adejo goes back to Lachlan Fusco. He clears it long to Guerra, who gets a hair to it, and Chikazawa in pursuit. Lessie calmly keeps control. The whistle from Christian Vidicchio goes, and this will be a Sturt free kick. Just going back to the other game that I mentioned a moment ago, Campbelltown and Playford. Playford still trailing away 1-0, courtesy of that 26th minute penalty that Campbelltown converted. And meanwhile, West Adelaide still leading Croydon 2-0 also. Croydon, another team that would not be pleased to the start that they've had so far in 2026, especially given the fact that they do have the title of reigning champion from the RAA NPLSA 2025 season. Of course, RAA, chat to a local back to you on your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. If you want to check out the upcoming Easter fixtures, then jump online. Football SA has all the exciting Easter Cup action. And nominations are also open at the moment for the 2026 Female Football Week Awards. Again, you can jump onto Football SA to get all the info on that. 42 minutes gone now at Cousin-Co Stadium, the Paddocks on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard. Sammy Adejo had a bit of a stray leg that managed to catch Jaden Diamantis, who, if the sound is anything to go by, got a little bit of a painful hit. It's going to be Rodriguez who has taken the corners so far from the left-hand side. Or perhaps it could be Hassan, who's right by his side as well. Blaze in orange just crowding on the edge of the 18-yard box. Hassan peels off. Rodriguez sends it short to him. Hassan just struggles to keep it in. He did get a touch. Set piece from the training ground. Possibly, but it doesn't come off on this instance. It's a sort of day here at the Paddocks where you'd hope you brought your sunscreen because it's pretty warm at the moment. Sun beaming down, just shy of 30 degrees, I believe. Long ball from Sturt that Diamantis doesn't manage to get to first. Playing it all the way back again, Sturt. Well, it'll be a very interesting one to watch play out in the second half Presumably, Sturt will be in no hurry. Whistle goes. Sturt Lions bench making their feelings known to Christian Vidicchio, but the result is they have won a free kick. Thanasi Lessie to Philemon Asefa. So just revisiting the point that started making a moment ago, it's shaping up to be an interesting second half because it will be Parah Hills on the chase trying to reduce the damage. And Sturt Lions in possession so far. They have been pretty comfortable and even able to create opportunities by just being patient. I dare say, whichever way we go, we'll expect goals in this second half. And the whistle goes from Christian Vidicchio. Be two very different change rooms. Parah Hills thinking, what do we do from here? And Sturt Lions maybe assessing whether they continue to push in the second half or whether they just decide to control things and see out the next 45 minutes or so here at Casinco Stadium at the Paddocks. Simon Jimenez with you on the call today. We'll catch you shortly for the second half.
For over 25 years, HPG Homes have been helping South Australians build and own their dream home. Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. We're committed to quality, affordability and creating a way of life for you and your family. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG. HPG Homes.
Adelaide wakes up with 5AA, David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Tom Wren for sport. Jade Robran on the scene as it happens. Jess Adamson with the news that matters to Adelaide. Breakfast with David and Will, bringing together the names you trust with everything you need to know to start your day. Always live, always local and only on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
At Service FM, we know every workplace is different. Every challenge is unique. That's why we personalise our services to our customers' different needs across different industries. From medical to mining and manufacturing, hospitality to healthcare, commercial to defence. So when you need to create a better work environment, you need Service FM. Proud partner with Football South Australia.
Everyone wants to win. You know, we're not here to make up the numbers. We've been around as a soccer club here at Clinton for 20, 25 years now. We're really happy to be in State League 2 South Division for 2026.
We want to be attractive to everyone because we want people to come here and play.
Yeah, really been focusing on getting the group together and really setting that expectation to be a team from day one.
From the players to the coaches, the committee members, it's all one big family.
It's going to be tough for all the opposition to play us. They don't know anything about us. We're a young squad, but we've really got good energy, a really good bunch of boys.
So it's a big club with over 300 players, and over 1,000 members. So we're a strong brand, and we need to back ourselves.
If you go out there and you're just going for the draw and you're playing against the top teams and you can't compete against them, there's no point playing.
I think this club's ready to take anything on. I think it's ready to boom. I think senior level, junior level, mini-roos, we've got a really strong supporter base, and I think we're going to see something really special coming to 2026.
I love refereeing because it's a challenge, to go out to try and get the right decision, manage some of the egos or the personalities, knowing that you've got all these different types of people at play. And there's actually been a good life school as well. I started refereeing junior games on the Sunday. I was playing in senior football on the Saturday, so I felt like making some money. I think I was a decent player back then. I could have stayed around and played senior football in NPL, but I decided to go refereeing, and I've got in the National League much quicker than if I was as a player. Probably wouldn't have made it as a player, to be honest. Just kind of never looked back and was happy to progress. But I think people should try refereeing. I think it's a great tool to realise, how you can also contribute to part of the game. There's pathways. Definitely it can be a rewarding career.
Not sure which one will take it. It might be Baselli. No, it's Toriani. He's hit it well, and it's hit it to the corner. That's a cracking finish. And FK Beograd, similar against the lot of play, have gone 1-0 up in the 6 minutes. I think they're coming to celebrate with us. And here is the corner on the far side. Konstadopoulos takes it. The wind takes it as well. And that's gone all the way in from the corner. Clear in. Goal from a corner. You don't see that very often, Theo. And FK Beograd go 3-0 up. Parah Hills Knights in deep trouble now.
The right boot of Samopoulos or the left boot of Caro Felix. It will be Samopoulos! Into the top left and completes the night of goal scoring.
think something most people don't realise about being a referee is how rewarding it actually is, and like the amount of friends and mates you make along the way. Like, it's just a really great community. I was really nervous. I just got a random call up and I went out to the ground, but it was really great. Like, I had great support my first game, and it was really good to just be surrounded by people who did support me. I love officiating football because it's really rewarding, and like, it's a great way to be still a part of the game even if you aren't playing. I think my "this is why I do it" moment was this year actually. I made my debut as an A-League official, and just being in front of like a big crowd was really cool to have experience, and it clicked in that moment. I was like, yeah, this is 100% why I do it. I have a great support system like here at FSA behind me. I would 100% say to someone who was thinking of becoming a referee to absolutely just go for it. Like, it's not as scary as you think it might be. Like, it's really good.
Whether it's a house and land package, custom build or development, our HPG fixed price guarantee ensures no nasty surprises or price changes along the way. Fixed price turnkey. It's gotta be HPG.
You supported us on a Sunday, so come support us on a Saturday.
For Elizabeth Downs, it's a huge step up for the club. The club started in 1962, originally a school-based team, and as the club evolved, we needed some avenue for our juniors to start playing seniors, so we entered the South Australian Amateur League. From there we've just progressed, and over the last 10-20 years we've had quite a successful period in the Amateur League, and now we're looking to extend that success.
We've had players play at the highest level. And we've also got a bunch of lads who have just been signed and have come through the ranks over the years who are 18, 19 years old, so it's a real good mixture of experience and youth, I think. Now there's just a perfect challenge, I think, to really build some more history and to get some more trophies over the line as well.
We're going to be difficult to break down, and certainly we'll have plenty of pace up front. We've got plenty of good ball players in the middle of the park, getting those guys into the final third and getting them one-on-one to take on those defenders. Our expectations are that we're aiming for promotion and potentially winning the league.
When we hosted Metro here in the quarterfinals of the Cup, that night was absolutely booming. We would have had 2,000 people here playing against a Div 1 NPL side. It was just a magic night. We won on penalties, we come back from behind, it just had everything that game.
I think the one message we'd like to send is that we're not here to have a trial year or make up numbers. I think we're here to get promoted and to win it all.
The supporters that have supported us for the last 15 years of my career here, they played together. If that doesn't describe what pride and passion is, playing together, supporting the club for 15 years, that's what we're about, and that's what I hope my team will be about in 10, 15 years when we all retire and watch the next generation.
Come on! Wait up!
Is everyone ready to play?
Welcome back to Cassinco Stadium, the Paddocks, home of the Parah Hills Knights, where they are hosting Sturt Lions in round 4 of the RA8 NPLSA. The score at halftime, 3-0 favouring the visitors, thanks to goals in the 11th, 35th and the 37th minute shortly after. It was an interesting watch as the teams went in for halftime because the Parah Hills Knights coaches, led by Joe Allison, took their time going into the change rooms, the three of them huddling around, just rejigging things. So it'll be interesting to see how they look for this second half. There has been one change, and that is Emmanuel Wary coming on for the Knights. They were patient in possession at the opening moments of the first half, Sturt Lions, and I expect to see more of that in the second half. And just wait for the opportunities. They've got some pacey runners on each side in Mohammed Hassan and Harrison Rogers, who's now on the near side. Jaden Diamantis in the middle, who's able to do some damage. So they're the beneficiary of a couple scrappy-looking goals in the first half. You do get the feeling that if they decide to be patient, they'll be rewarded if things continue as they did in the first half. But of course, that is unless Parah Hills can change their fortunes. Emmanuel Wary, the player that has come on for Parah Hills, slick him into that right back position. He was one of the 3 changes that were made to the starting 11 in this game for today. Mohamed Motishami having a little bit of a chat with Christian Verdicchio. Michael Diana also getting involved with that. Caruso. Our other games underway at the moment. Regency Park currently in the 75th minute, where West Adelaide have been leading Croydon since early on, with goals in the 14th and 15th minutes. And the other one is Steve Woodcock Sports Park, where Campbelltown currently lead the team who started the round at the top of the ladder. So Campbelltown leading Playford City Patriots 1-0, courtesy of a pen that was converted early on in the first half, 26th minute in fact. And of course later tonight, Metro Stars, Adelaide City, live from TK Shuttle Reserve, the Derby de l'Est, as it has been dubbed. That one kicking off at 7 o'clock. So join us on FSA Leagues to catch all the action, or better yet, come down to the ground and check it out. Standalone fixture tonight. No doubt that will be some must-see action. Of course, Matilda's in action tonight as well with the Women's Asian Cup final, so plenty of entertainment on the platter for tonight. Sturt Lions take that free kick quickly. It's Hassan trying to run a hole in Parah Hills Knights' defence there, but ends up going out. Lachlan Fusco will take the goal kick. Caruso. Caruso back with it again. Tried to pick out Chikazawa, but he didn't get to it on time. Those two players he's managed to link up and advance several times in the first half, but just lacking a little bit of threat in the middle. Parah Hills, I think it's fair to say. I see Leslie gets to it first, but he's well defended by Semi Adeho. Chikazawa back to Caruso. And here's Adeho. He's chosen the sub, Emmanuel Wary. Uladge finding Kai Blomley in the middle, but they give up possession. Let's see, V Wary, and it's Parah Hills that win possession. Now Sammy Adeho, he's attacking now. Picks out Chikazawa. He's under some pressure though. Will he offload a shot? No. Adeho tried to strike it off the left, but it was a pretty poor touch. So Emmanuel Wary, the subs task seems to be dealing with Mohamed Hassan. So that shows where the main worry of the Parah Hills bench seems to have been. Been very dangerous breaking forward, Hassan, but in fairness, I think the goals that Sturt Lions have scored have been a little bit more scrappy, but nonetheless, recognising the threat as Chikazawa tried to play it forward to Diana, but Diana trying to be opportunistic and claim that high, but Zalam Malay ends up getting it and playing it to his left-hand side. It's Edward Elton. Hassan picks out Harrison Rogers on the opposite side, who controls it off his chest and keeps it in. He'll get a cross off here. As Rodriguez got ahead to it. It's not out of danger yet. Hassan cut off by Wary. That's a beautiful ball and well controlled by Rogers there. It was there for the picking for Rodriguez, but looked like Parah Hills were expecting it. Guerra gets the head to it, V. Elton. Where he plays it back to Fusco. So the sub having plenty of involvement at this early stage. Sturt throwing with 52 minutes gone on the One World LED and Sportal scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. Chikazawa trying to keep the pressure on Sturt, just making sure they don't get too comfortable in this position. 3 goals the better. Challenging fixtures for both of these teams next week. For Parah Hills, they'll be travelling away to TK Shutter against Metro Stars, but we'll come back to that. Sturt manages to get past the first player, Elton. He's got a couple of options in the middle. Rodriguez sends it back in. It's headed away, but not to complete safety. Motashami taken to ground. After all that, Hassan that manages to pick up possession, and they'll opt to play it back and build it back on their own terms. Michael Moroney linking up with the Nasi Lessie. So Lessie drop back into centre back, but no doubt he'll still float forward at times, as dynamic as he is. Now here's Hassan. He's got Diamantis floating in, making a run centrally. He has got an option on the left, but he chooses to go himself. Fusco claims it. Will be interesting to see if we have any changes coming up from Sturt Line as we approach the 1 hour mark. As we said earlier, Wary the one change so far for play for Parah Hills. Just realised I've got Playford on my sheet, and we definitely aren't there today. takes the free kick short. Lessie. His long delivery cut off. Although Lessie comes barreling in again and momentarily won it. And now Sturt on the attack as Diamantis tries to call for it. It's up. He's trying to open up some space on his own. Moroney keeps it in. Finds Diamantis. He finds Rogers. Nice little ball. Just tried to get in the path of Rodriguez, but Lachlan Fusco had that space covered. Sturt on the attack once again. Hassan battling to get through JK, but decides to track back to Moroney. He's got a little bit of time to pick out someone. He decides to go through the middle. It's Rogers sending it centrally, and JK clearing off the header. Those positions have been really dangerous so far for Parah Hills as Moroney battles. Here's Hassan. He tripped over the ball, but he's still got it. Parah Hills eventually win it. Chikazawa on the run to keep it in. And once again, spilled. Now we've got Michael Dana on the ground. A little bit of attention from our referee for today, Christian Vidicchio. He's, of course, being assisted by Jaden Betterman and Joshua Britvec as his assistants today. Call from the Sturt bench to put on the penalty spot, and you can see orange shirts just lined up on the edge of the 18-yard box. Player nearest to there is Harrison Rogers. It's just sent a little bit long in the end and goes all the way out. It'll be a goal kick. .57 minutes gone now at Cassinco Stadium. Guerra tried to win it, but in doing so puts it out. And we have had a goal elsewhere. 79th minute from Croydon Kings at home at Regency Park. So it's the 86th minute there, and they're trying to do something late. What can Sturt do here? Moroney hits the crossbar. Still in a little bit of a danger position. It's been in those recovery from shots that Parah Hills have been vulnerable already today. But Sturt decide to play it back. Barnett looking for Lessie, who we mentioned for a moment there. He was playing as a centre back and he's back up into the action again. No surprises there. Both benches warming up at the moment. Sturt sent it central again and immediately dealt with by Wary, but not completely. Hassan, there's a lot of players in the middle to receive it. Rodriguez, long ball sent to danger. Rogers off the header. Parah Hills clear again. Michael Moroney trying not to let them off the hook and play it back into danger as now Parah Hills press and Chikazawa tries to win it. Again, a little bit too much in the end, and Sturt Lions come away with a free kick. Lessie looks up, lines up Hassan. Hassan v. Wary gets the cross off. Rodriguez in the middle, but it doesn't get there. Shot from range from Diamantis. Again, it's not always the initial one that has been the threat. It's been that follow-up from Sturt that they've been able to punish Parah Hills so far. Sammy Adejo fighting to win it. I think he has been one player that's stuck out for me for Parah Hills. Plenty of work rate on him. We've just ticked over 60 minutes on the One World LED and Sportal Systems scoreboard for your indoor and outdoor LED solutions. Curious to have a bit of a look at these stats in just a moment when they come up on your screen. One shot for Parah Hills compared to 6 from Sturt. 1v4 on target. It'd be interesting if we did have access to a possession statistic, because you'd imagine that the team in orange would be leading that, especially after what we saw in the first half. Get the feeling we may be ready for a substitution momentarily for both sides. Joe Allison's reached for his trusty book. Diamantis, clever little flick to Hassan. He plays it forward to Moroney, and Fusco's way out of his area. Picks out Chikazawa, who judges that really, really well. He's got Adejo as an option, but he's waiting. Tries to do it on his own and cut in, but Lessie had him covered. Parah Hills throwing, that will be taken by Jordan Caruso. Sammy Adejo fending off 2 markers. They keep it in. Caruso sends it into the middle. Malay called into action, but not too phased. Now here's the Diamantis. He's got Hassan, but just hit the back of Urlaj, Parah Hills captain. Tega Ezeke managing to carry it long enough to just help Parah Hills build here. Now it's Captain Mark Urlaj. Kai Blomley manages to find his captain. He's still got it. Decides to take on a effort on his own. Cross comes in from Wary, but it's not a terribly great one. Kai Blomley manages to keep it v Hassan, and it goes over. Sturt end up winning the throw-in. Lessie goes to ground. And a couple of whistles from Christian Vidicchio. He shows the yellow. I believe it was Michael Diana who picked that one up. Possibly the frustration showing at this point. No goals so far in the second half, and I do wonder at this point if we will be seeing any pivotal moments in the first half in the 11th, 35th and 37th minute. Looks like Parah Hills are readying a sub. Meanwhile, Moroney finds Rogers as he battles past Chikazawa, and he continues to battle, winning it again. Diamantis stifled by the combination of Caruso Chikazawa. Now it looks like we've got a couple of changes imminent. 2 getting ready in the bench for Parah Hills and 1 for Sturt. Rodriguez uses his body well against Caruso. Keeps it. He finds Moroney, who fends off the young Caruso. Rogers, cross comes in. Danger here. These crosses have just been such a point of threat for Sturt so far today. And we're going to see that change for Parah Hills. Wearing the number 15 is Lanzana Smith, formerly of Comets and Adelaide Croatia Raiders. And Chan Mayo, also coming on, was part of the AFCON winning team for last year. Hugely experienced player. He's played at a heap of South Australian clubs. Marco Guerrera, one of the players that has come off. The other one being Sammy Adejo. Again, impressed with Sammy Adejo's effort in the first half in particular. He was sent more of a striking role throughout the second half and just not as much involvement. But now Parah Hills change it up, and can that make the difference? Rogers has time to pick off his cross again. Not dealt with by Fusco. Diamantis. A few too many touches. Looked for a moment like it might have been Motushami to uncork it from range. Spoke continually in the first half about those moments where Parah Hills seemed to use their get-out-of-jail free card. That might have been another one to add to the tally so far. Fusco has sent his players up long. That one just goes over the head of Mayo. It's picked out Smith, but flags up. So those fresh legs trying to create a little bit. It'll be a double change for Sturt. Adam D'Agostino and Jack Dunstall. D'Agostino was part of the starting 11 last week. Demoted to the bench today, but he will make an appearance for the next around about 23 minutes or so. Making way, Mohamed Mochishami and Jaden Diamantis. Jaden Diamantis, the one change to the starting 11. We'll be calling it a day at the 67-minute mark. Not a terrible hurry to get this game back underway. As Malay picks out Hassan Long. Parah Hills managed to win it, but only momentarily. Dunstall to eventually wary, that puts it out. Malay well off his line. He tried to pick out Rogers. Wary again. Jackson Merritt, one of the oncomers for Parah Hills. Cross came in from Parah Hills, but wasn't a terribly effective one. They'll try to build forward again. Well won by Jack Dunstall, and now Sturt will go the other way. Merritt has other ideas and wins it, but it's going back and forth at the moment. Now here's Rodriguez with space in front of him, and reinforcements arriving in Rogers. Managing to fend off his marker. Here's a chance for a shot. Fusco goes to ground, hands are in the air, and that's number 4. the Argentine, Gonzalo Rodriguez. And at the minute, Parah Hills don't just look defeated with the 4-0 scoreline, but also with the body language at the moment. That clumsy slip from Lachlan Fusco, and then their hands in the air really told the story of how they're feeling at the moment. The team that narrowly avoided relegation in the final minutes of round 22 in last year's RAA NPLSA only have 1 point at this stage from their first 4 outings. Now the challenge here for Sturt is just to keep their head screwed on for the next 20 minutes, stay focused and see this game out and try to preserve the clean sheet. Because hopefully Parah Hills will try to pursue this heavily as that cross comes in from range. It's the sort of thing that you want to see from Parah Hills at this point, going after that game. No point reducing damage. They need to at least play to try to regain a little bit of confidence at this point as Marley McFall tracks back. Michael Moroney will take this throw in. He sent it to the edge of the 6-yard box last time, and that's where he's got his players in orange waiting. Let's see how much distance he can give this one. Plenty is the answer. Ends up falling near the near post. Lachlan Fusco gets a little bump for his trouble as he claims it. Now he sends it long. Lanzana Smith will try to claim it. But it's Sturt, and now they're on the attack. Free kick given away by Parah Hills. Sturt to take just inside their attacking half, and another change here for Sturt. Sean Garrett wearing the number 3. I believe this is his first team appearance this year. And Dylan D'Agostino will make an appearance late. Michael Moroney, one of the players making way. And the other player just making his way around the long way is Mohamed Hassan. Another cross comes in, this time falling to the path of D'Agostino. He gets ahead to it, but not any threatening sort of touch. Emmanuel Wary, the halftime substitution, sends it long to Mayall, who maybe misjudged leaving that one to play into his path because Sturt claim it. And now trying to tactically slow things down by claiming that one and just delaying the throw-in. Danasi on the attack for Sturt once more. Well, as we get closer and closer to the end of round 4, of course, can't forget that Metro Stars and Adelaide City is still to kick off. We have to wait till 7 o'clock tonight for the Derby de l'Est to happen. But things are all finished up at Regency Park with West Adelaide claiming the win. Mayall taking his time. Shot from range. Far too high in the end by Kai Blomley. Just going back to the other results for round 4 and Regency Park. They got a goal back late in the 79th minute, Croydon Kings, but not enough to reduce the 2 that was scored in the 14th and 15th early for West Adelaide. So the final score there, 2-1 the way of the visitors. As Sturt go on the attack, but that's offside. And the other game, still underway, Campbelltown City and Playford. Campbelltown currently leading the team that went into this round top of the ladder, 2-0. Converted a 26th minute penalty and scoring again in the 68th minute. It is now the 72nd, and Campbelltown, the home side, lead at Steve Woodcock Sports Park. Round 5 is next week, of course. One more round before the Easter break, and not a break for everyone because we do have the Australia Cup. Round 5 will see Parah Hills travel to TK Shutter Reserve against Metro Stars for a 5 p.m. kickoff Saturday game. Sturt Lions will host West Torrens Bacalla with a 3 p.m. kickoff. Then, of course, we have the Australia Cup round. Sturt Lions will host Playford. In fact, they're going to host Playford back-to-back, both in the Australia Cup round and then in round 6. Followed by a home game against Adelaide City as Lozana Smith has the ball. He doesn't quite manage to keep it in. Just to finish off that thought, round 7, Sturt Lions host Adelaide City for a 3 o'clock kickoff at Carinya. Salamalay gets it away despite some pressure from Lozana Smith. .77 minutes gone on the one we're leading in Sportable System scoreboard for all your indoor and outdoor digital display solutions. In round 4 of the RAA NPLSA. Chat to a local who backs you and your team. It's better to be a member with RAA. Rodriguez, but the flag is up. Another change for Sturt. Wearing the number 18, Jake Watson. Wasn't part of the squad last week, but he's here today and will play out the next 12 minutes of regular time, plus anything additional. Formerly of Fulham. Western Strikers and West Adelaide, and it was Philomena Sefa that makes way. Caruso looked like he was trying to play Chikazawa on. Lozana gets a touch. Doesn't quite manage to win the ball as he's pushed off the pitch by Manly Barnett. Manly Barnett's a play that we haven't spoke a huge amount about today. 27-year-old, previous experience with West Adelaide, Olympic, Central Coast Mariners. Lozana Smith didn't manage to control that inside the attacking 18-yard box. Another change readying for Parah Hills. Mayo with a long throw. Goes straight to one of his opposition's heads, though. In Jake Watson, he'll get another go of it, though. He's aiming for Wary, but just went beyond him. Take 3 for Shan Mayo. a little bit closer to goal this time. A few steps back. Looks like he'll try to launch this all the way into the 6-yard box. But again, hits an opposition head. Chance from long range. From captain of Parah Hills, Mark Ulage. No real threat though. And the despair continues for Parah Hills. Coming off now for Parah Hills, number 20. Well, number 20's coming on rather. Thomas Imatso, who's been promoted to the bench and will get an appearance for the next 10 minutes or thereabouts. Just take it a JK that makes way. Kai Blomley sends it long, looking for Shammail, but it will go out. Worth having a quick look at the live ladder now, keeping in mind that we've still got the 7 o'clock game between Metro Stars and Adelaide City to play out. And also the Campbelltown game, which is heating up, but we might revisit that in just a moment. But as it stands at this very minute, Parah Hills in 11th spot. They won't dip any further today because Comets did already play last night and they're currently in 12th with no points. Sturt Lions, should they carry this through to full time as it stands in round 4, will be second on the ladder with 9 points. Can they do more here though? Ends up going out. It'll be a Sturt throw-in. Moroney was sending some rocket throw-ins in from range. I'm not sure if I have quite the firepower behind that one from Sean Garrett. Given plenty of time to cross it in, it eventually catches the lap of Emmanuel Wary. Rodriguez claims the left-hand side corner kick, as he has all afternoon. Plenty of players in orange right in the goal face, but it goes a little bit short this time. Caruso clears it out via his head. Lanzana Smith manages to evade, and Caruso's called to action again. Wins a little bit of space. Now he's got a few options to pick out. Chooses Chikazawa, I believe. Now Lanzana Smith, a chance! Hits the foot of Zala Malay. Dare we say, the best chance that they've had all game. Parah Hills in what has been a very frustrating one. The Sturt Lions will no doubt be in no rush from here on in. Rodriguez just manages to get foot to it first. And Wary clears. Now that's won by Sturt again, and these are the situations that they really do punish Rogers. I'm not quite sure who that was to in the end. Now, let's have a quick look at what's happened down the road, because we've got an update from Steve Woodcock Sports Park, where Campbelltown went 1-0 up in the 26th minute with a penalty. 68th minute, they made it 2. However, conceded in the 73rd minute to Playford. Then, Playford won a penalty. So, 2-1. Playford with a chance to equalise things, but they missed that 26th minute penalty. So, less than 10 minutes to go there. Interesting. But what can happen here? Lanzana Smith still fighting to change this scoreline and put something on the board for Parah Hills. Cross comes in from Mayall, and Melee bumps it out, but he goes to ground. He's recovered now, but the ball's going the other way. Sturt, nice little ball to find Rodriguez. He's got space from him. He'll have a shot. decides to turn and go backwards, and the flag is up. Must have been that initial ball to Rodriguez. He's letting his feelings out about it. Christian Vidicchio will pour some water on that protesting. Not sure if you caught that on the microphone, but Christian Vidicchio giving refereeing 101 to the players. Emmanuel Wary just pulled back on that. They will get a throw in though. It's Chan Mayall won it once again, the resident Parah Hills long throw specialist. Again, tries to get as much of a run up as possible. Can they make a difference late? It's on the edge of the 6-yard box on the near side, but it's put just over. It will be a goal kick now for Parah Hills. 86 minutes gone. Right-footed outswinger to come. Sends it right about the penalty area. Wary just a little bit too slow to control it. Now Sturt on the run once again. Rodriguez, little half go at winning it. Here's Wary. Chikazawa in the middle, who he finds. A little bit of space. Decides not to shoot initially. They turned it over momentarily, then won it back. Now it's with Sturt again as Rodriguez just struggles to keep it. Now Caruso. He's got Mayall as an option. He chooses Merritt. Mark Ulaj. Back to Caruso. Lines it up. A shot. High and wide in the end. And as we count down at Casinco Stadium, 4-0 looks like the likely result that we'll see. Anything that Parah Hills can claim will merely be pride that they can play for. Fusco comes out, but it's Dunstall that gets to it first, and 5-0 the way of Sturt line. The sub, Jack Dunstall, the one that did the damage in the end. Just to further twist the knife. Well, 5-0 was a result against FK Beograd last week. That was away, and now a 5-0 defeat at home at the hands of Sturt Lions. It's not the sort of back-to-back outcome you want for Parah Hills. Back underway. Mark Ulaj tried to play it long to Lanzana Smith, but it was cut off again. But Lanzana Smith battles. Mayall tried to play it to Smith, doesn't get there. Rodriguez, he wins it again. Tried to thread it through to D'Agostino, or may have been just on the edge of that last defensive line. Smith sends it in. Chikazawa goes to air. Ends up going over once again. From long range, They have reason to feel all the confidence in the world at the moment, but perhaps a little bit overzealous from Sturt Lions on that occasion, but it will just erode the clock just a little bit further right as we hit the 90-minute mark here at Cass&Co Stadium. The Parks didn't have any additional time at half-time, and we won't hear either. Christian Vidicchio puts this one to an end, and it's a painful defeat at home for Parah Hills Knights. 4 rounds in, just 1 point. Meanwhile, the visitors go marching on. As it stands, Sturt Lions, number 2 on the ladder. What a huge RAA NPLSA campaign it has been for them so far. That makes it 3 wins for them. 9 points after being the victors, the premiers in the HPG Homes State League 1, to come into the RAA NPLSA and take the competition by storm. What a start it is for Sturt Lions. Well, that's about all we have time for here. 1 game still to get underway tonight. 7 o'clock kickoff at TK Shuttle Reserve. The Derby Delest Metro Stars versus Adelaide City. Cannot wait for it. Look forward to your company, either at TK Shuttle Reserve or indeed on FSA Leagues. We'll catch you soon.